dear old bear, sit in your favorite chair. We'll sit all around dear old bear.
Once upon a time, 3 little engines lived in their own little shed on their own little railway. Their names were Duke, Stuart, and Falcon. Duke was the oldest. He had been the first engine on the line and was named after his grace, the Duke of Sodor. He was proud of this and wanted everything just so. Whenever the others did anything they shouldn't, he would say,
"That would never suit his grace."
Other engines came and went, but Duke outlasted them all. Stuart and Falcon used to call him Granpuff. Duke was fond of them and tried to keep them in order. They were fond of him too, as he was so wise and kind, but they did get tired of hearing about his grace. Sometimes they would wink at each other and chant solemnly, "Engines come and engines go, Granpuff goes on forever."
"You impertinent scallywags," Duke would say indignantly. "Whatever are you young engines coming to these days?"
"Never mind, Granpuff, we're only young once."
"Well, you had better mind, unless you want to end up like Smudger."
"Oh, Granpuff, whatever happened?"
"Smudger," said Duke, "was American and very cocky. He rode roughly and often came off the rails." "I warned him to be careful."
"Listen, Dookie," he drawled. "In the States, we don't care a dime for a few spills."
"We do here," I said, but he just laughed. But one day, he didn't laugh when the manager told him he was going to take away his wheels and make him useful at last.
Why? What did he do?"
"He turned him into a pumping engine, that's what. He's still there behind our shed."
Stuart and Falcon were unusually good for several days. They both became useful engines, and all 3 were happy together for many years. But hard times came. The mines closed one by one, and the engines had little to do. At last, their line was closed, and people came to buy the engines. "We'll take Stuart and Falcon," they said, but no one wanted Duke. They thought him too old. "Cheer up, Granpuff," called Stuart. "We'll find a nice railway, and then you can come and keep us in order." They all laughed bravely, but not one of them ever thought that it would come true. Duke's driver and fireman oiled and greased him one last time. They sheeted him snugly and said goodbye. They had to go away and find work. Duke was alone, locked up in the shed. "Where's his grace?" he wondered. "It's not like him to forget me." But his grace had been killed in the war, and the new Duke, a boy, hadn't heard of his little engine. "Oh well," said Duke to himself, "I'll go to sleep. It'll help pass the time." Years passed. Winter torrents washed soil from the hills over the shed. Trees and bushes grew all around. You wouldn't have known a shed was there, let alone a little engine asleep inside it. Have you guessed about Stuart and Falcon? Yes, you're quite right. They came to the Thin Controller's Railway. He gave them new coats and new names. Stuart became Peter Sam, and Falcon became Sir Handel. They prefer their new names. That was a long time ago. But they never forgot Granpuff, and often talked about him when they were alone. But we must say no more, or we'll spoil the next story.